Dinah Shore was known to millions as a warm, confident voice that lit up American television, a performer whose charm and professionalism made every broadcast seem effortless. But behind that polished smile and calm delivery was a struggle that few viewers ever fully understood. On air, where timing is everything and composure is expected, Dinah often battled a quiet pressure that followed her throughout her career. The cameras captured grace, but they could not reveal the tension that sometimes lived just beneath the surface. In an era when live television left no room for mistakes, every word mattered, every pause was noticeable, and every moment carried the weight of millions watching. Dinah Shore, despite her immense talent and experience, faced challenges that tested her confidence, pushing her to overcome technical difficulties, and the unpredictability of live broadcasting. Yet what made her truly remarkable was not that she struggled, it was how she handled those struggles with poise and determination. When moments became difficult, she leaned into her professionalism, turning potential setbacks into displays of authenticity that audiences found relatable and endearing. Viewers saw a star, but they also sensed a human being navigating pressure in real time, and that connection made her even more beloved. Over the years, her ability to recover gracefully from on-air challenges became part of her legend, showing that true strength lies not in perfection but in resilience. Dinah Shore's story is not just about fame or television success. It is about perseverance, vulnerability, and the courage to continue performing even when circumstances are far from ideal. As we look back, it becomes clear that her struggles were not weaknesses, but defining moments that revealed her character and deepened the bond she shared with audiences. Through every live broadcast, every unexpected pause, and every emotional moment, Dinah Shore proved that authenticity can shine brighter than flawless performance, and that sometimes the most powerful television moments are the ones that remind us that even icons are human. As her career progressed, the demands of live television only intensified, placing Dinah Shore in situations that required not just talent but extraordinary composure. Unlike pre-recorded performances, there were no second takes, no editing, and no safety net. Every broadcast unfolded in real time, and Dinah often found herself navigating unexpected technical glitches, miscues, and sudden changes while maintaining the calm presence viewers had come to expect. There were moments when the pressure seemed almost overwhelming, when silence lingered just a second too long, or when a line didn't come as smoothly as rehearsed. Yet, instead of allowing those moments to define her, Dinah transformed them into opportunities to connect with her audience. Her warmth became her greatest strength, her sincerity turning potential awkwardness into authenticity. She would smile, adjust, and carry on, showing professionalism that earned admiration across the industry. Behind the scenes, colleagues often noted how much effort she put into preparation, reviewing scripts carefully and rehearsing tirelessly, determined to give audiences her best despite the challenges. These struggles, though rarely discussed openly at the time, shaped her into a performer who understood the value of resilience. They also highlighted the human side of a woman often viewed as effortlessly perfect. In truth, Dinah Shore's ability to face these on-air difficulties with grace is what elevated her from a talented entertainer to a beloved icon. She reminded viewers that even in moments of uncertainty, confidence can be rebuilt, and that vulnerability, when handled with dignity, can deepen the connection between performer and audience. Dinah Shore stood at the center of American television during a time when live broadcasting demanded perfection, yet offered no safety net. To viewers at home, she appeared composed, confident, and effortlessly charming, a host whose warmth made every guest feel welcome and every performance shine. But behind that steady presence was a constant battle with the pressure of live television, a challenge that followed her from the earliest days of her career. Every time the red light came on, there was an unspoken expectation that she would deliver flawlessly. The scripts, the music, the interviews, and the timing all had to align perfectly. Yet television, especially live television, rarely cooperated. Dinah often found herself navigating unexpected pauses, technical issues, or last-minute changes, all while maintaining the calm demeanor that audiences loved. These moments created a quiet tension that lingered beneath a polished smile, a reminder that even the most seasoned professionals face uncertainty when the cameras rolled at eye in the early years. The pressure was particularly intense. Dinah Shore was not just a performer. She was becoming a household name, and with that recognition came immense responsibility. Producers relied on her to carry entire broadcasts. Guests looked to her for guidance, and audiences expected consistency. When something went wrong on air, there was no opportunity to step away and regroup. She had to think quickly, respond naturally, and keep the show moving forward. These spontaneous adjustments required confidence, but they also demanded emotional strength. Dinah often spoke about the importance of preparation, rehearsing lines, and reviewing notes repeatedly, yet she understood that preparation alone could not eliminate unpredictability. Her struggle was not with talent, but with the weight of expectation, the knowledge that millions were watching every moment unfold. Despite these challenges, Dinah Shore developed a remarkable ability to transform pressure into connection. When an on-air difficulty arose, she leaned into her warmth and authenticity. Instead of appearing flustered, she would smile, improvise, and continue, often turning awkward moments into charming interactions. Audiences appreciated the sincerity. They did not see weakness. They saw humanity. Her willingness to navigate imperfections openly made her relatable, strengthening the bond she shared with viewers. Over time, these moments became part of her appeal, demonstrating that grace under pressure was not about avoiding mistakes but about handling them with dignity. Behind the scenes, Dinah's dedication was evident. She worked tirelessly, reviewing scripts, rehearsing musical numbers, and coordinating with producers to ensure each segment flowed smoothly. Colleagues often noted her professionalism and her determination to deliver her best performance every time. Yet even with meticulous preparation, live television presented challenges that no rehearsal could fully anticipate. Microphones failed, cues were missed, and unexpected delays occurred. Dinah learned to adapt, developing an instinct for timing and improvisation that allowed her to recover seamlessly. This adaptability became one of her defining qualities, setting her apart as a host capable of handling anything that came her way. The emotional aspect of her struggle was equally significant. Being constantly in the public eye meant that any moment of hesitation or uncertainty was amplified. Dinah carried the responsibility of representing not only herself but also the show and the network. This pressure could be daunting, especially during broadcasts that featured high-profile guests or complex performances. Yet she rarely allowed these concerns to show. Her composure became her shield, a way to maintain control even when circumstances felt unpredictable. This balance between vulnerability and professionalism defined her approach, making her performances both authentic and polished. As her career progressed, Dinah's experience helped her manage these challenges more effectively. She developed confidence in her ability to navigate live broadcasting, trusting her instincts and embracing spontaneity. The struggles that once felt overwhelming became opportunities to demonstrate resilience. She learned that audiences responded not to perfection but to sincerity. When she laughed at an unexpected moment or gracefully redirected a conversation, viewers felt included in the experience. This sense of shared spontaneity made her broadcast memorable and reinforced her reputation as a host who could handle anything. Her influence extended beyond her own performances. Younger performers and hosts looked to Dinah Shore as an example of how to manage the pressures of live television. She demonstrated that preparation and professionalism could coexist with warmth and flexibility. Her approach encouraged others to embrace authenticity rather than striving for unattainable perfection. In doing so, she helped shape the culture of television hosting, emphasizing connection and adaptability as essential qualities. The legacy of Dinah Shore's on-air struggles is not defined by difficulty but by resilience. Each challenge she faced strengthened her ability to connect with audiences and refine her craft. Her composure in unpredictable situations became a hallmark of her style, inspiring admiration from viewers and colleagues alike. She showed that even in moments of uncertainty, grace and determination could shine through. Her story reminds us that behind every polished performance lies effort, perseverance, and the courage to face challenges head-on. Looking back, it becomes clear that these on-air struggles were integral to her success. They revealed her humanity, deepened her connection with audiences, and showcased her professionalism. Dinah Shore's ability to navigate pressure with elegance transformed potential setbacks into defining moments. Her legacy endures not only because of her talent, but because of her resilience, her authenticity, and her unwavering commitment to her craft. Even decades later, her story continues to inspire, reminding us that true strength is not found in flawless performance, but in the courage to keep going, even when the spotlight feels overwhelming. Today, as the years went on, Dinah Shore's confidence grew, but the pressure of live television never completely disappeared. Each broadcast still carried the same unpredictability, the same silent tension that came with knowing millions of viewers were watching in real time. What changed was how she approached those moments. Instead of seeing them as obstacles, she began to treat them as part of the performance itself. If a cue was missed or a guest responded unexpectedly, she leaned into the spontaneity, allowing her natural charm to guide the conversation. This ability to remain flexible became one of her greatest strengths. Audiences began to appreciate not just a polished delivery, but her quick thinking and warmth when things didn't go exactly as planned. It was in these unscripted seconds that Dinah often shone the brightest, proving that authenticity could outshine even the most carefully rehearsed script. There were also emotional challenges that accompanied her on-air responsibilities. Hosting a major television program meant maintaining energy, enthusiasm, and composure regardless of personal circumstances. Dinah often carried the weight of long rehearsals, demanding schedules, and the constant expectation of excellence. Yet when the cameras rolled, she set those concerns aside, focusing entirely on creating a welcoming atmosphere for viewers and guests. This dedication required discipline and resilience. She understood that television audiences sought comfort and familiarity, and she worked tirelessly to provide both. Her calm demeanor became a reassuring presence, particularly during an era when live broadcasting could feel unpredictable and fast-paced. Colleagues frequently admired her professionalism. They noted how she arrived prepared, reviewed details carefully, and treated every performance with seriousness and respect. Even when technical difficulties disrupted the flow, she maintained composure, often helping others on set feel at ease. This leadership quality contributed to the smooth operation of her shows and fostered a sense of teamwork. Dinah's ability to remain calm under pressure encouraged those around her, turning potentially stressful situations into collaborative problem-solving moments. Her influence extended beyond her own performance, shaping the atmosphere of the entire production. Audiences, meanwhile, developed a deep appreciation for her authenticity. They recognized that behind the polished presentation was a performer navigating real-time challenges with grace. This relatability strengthened her connection with viewers, making her broadcast feel personal and genuine. Rather than appearing distant or untouchable, Dinah seemed approachable, someone who handled difficulties with humor and dignity. These qualities helped her stand out in an industry often defined by perfection. Her willingness to embrace imperfection made her memorable and beloved. Reflecting on Dinah Shore's career, it becomes clear that her on-air struggles were not barriers but stepping stones. Each challenge refined her skills, deepened her empathy, and reinforced a commitment to excellence. She demonstrated that resilience is built through experience, and that confidence grows from facing uncertainty repeatedly. Her journey offers a powerful reminder that even the most composed figures have moments of doubt, and that overcoming those moments can define a legacy. Dinah Shore's enduring appeal lies not only in her talent but in her humanity, her determination to continue shining even when the spotlight brought pressure along with admiration. Over time, the rhythm of live television became second nature to Dinah Shore, yet the emotional weight of those broadcasts never completely faded. Each show represented a new challenge, a fresh opportunity for something unexpected to happen. Whether it was a musical number that needed to be extended, a guest who went off script, or a technical issue that interrupted the flow, Dinah had to respond instantly. This constant need for adaptability demanded not only skill but emotional endurance. She learned to read the room, sense the mood of the audience, and guide conversations in ways that felt natural, even when circumstances were unpredictable. Her calm voice and reassuring presence became anchors in moments that might have unsettled less experienced hosts. In those instances, her professionalism transformed potential disruptions into seamless transitions, often so subtle that viewers at home barely noticed. The demands of hosting also meant balancing multiple roles at once. Dinah was not only presenting, she was interviewing, performing, and sometimes even improvising entire segments. This multitasking required intense focus, particularly when live broadcasts allowed no time for hesitation. Behind her composed exterior was a performer constantly calculating timing, adjusting tone, and ensuring that each element of the show aligned. These mental demands added another layer to her on-air struggle, one that audiences rarely saw but that shaped her performances profoundly. She carried this responsibility gracefully, ensuring that the show's energy remained consistent from start to finish. As her reputation grew, so did expectations. Viewers tuned in anticipating warmth, humor, and professionalism, and Dinah worked tirelessly to deliver. The pressure to meet those expectations could be daunting, especially during high-profile broadcasts or special events. Yet she approached each opportunity with determination, drawing on her experience to maintain balance. She understood that audiences valued authenticity, and she allowed her personality to shine through even in challenging moments. This authenticity fostered trust, making her a familiar and comforting presence in homes across the country. Her colleagues often remarked on her ability to uplift those around her. When unexpected difficulties arose, Dinah remained calm, offering reassurance and guidance. This leadership created a supportive environment on set, encouraging teamwork and creativity. By maintaining composure, she helped transform stressful situations into collaborative efforts, reinforcing her reputation as both a skilled host and a compassionate colleague. These qualities contributed significantly to the success of her programs and cemented her status as a respected figure in television. Looking back, Dinah Shore's journey illustrates the power of resilience and adaptability. Her on-air struggles, rather than diminishing her, enhanced her connection with audiences and strengthened her craft. She demonstrated that professionalism is not about avoiding challenges, but about facing them with grace and determination. Her legacy continues to inspire performers who navigate the unpredictable nature of live broadcasting. Through her example, she showed that authenticity, preparation, and courage can transform pressure into opportunity, leaving a lasting impression that extends far beyond the screen. As Dinah Shore's career entered its later years, the weight of her on-air challenges took on a different meaning. What once felt like pressure slowly transformed into experience, yet the emotional complexity of live television never disappeared. Each broadcast still demanded the same level of focus, the same calm under scrutiny, and the same ability to think on her feet. But by this stage, Dinah had learned something deeper, that audiences were not looking for perfection, they were looking for authenticity. When she laughed at an unexpected pause, when she gently guided a conversation back on track, or when she filled a sudden silence with warmth, viewers felt as though they were part of the moment. This connection became the heart of her enduring appeal. The struggle she once quietly carried became a bridge between her and her audience, allowing them to see not just a polished host, but a human being navigating live television with grace and courage. There were nights when the pace of the show felt relentless, when cues overlapped, segments ran long, and the schedule shifted in real time. In those moments, Dinah relied on instinct, something she had developed over years of standing under bright studio lights. She learned to listen carefully, to sense when a guest needed encouragement, and to fill silence with genuine conversation rather than scripted lines. This instinctive hosting style turned potential difficulties into memorable television. Instead of appearing flustered, she leaned into spontaneity, allowing her natural warmth to guide the broadcast. Producers often trusted her judgment, knowing she could recover from unexpected changes without disrupting the overall flow. This trust reflected not only her professionalism but also the quiet resilience she had cultivated throughout her career. The emotional side of her journey remained just as significant. Performing week after week in front of a national audience required stamina, both mentally and physically. Dinah balanced rehearsals, meetings, and personal commitments while maintaining a cheerful and welcoming presence on screen. There were times when fatigue could have affected her performance, yet she rarely allowed it to show. Her dedication to the audience drove her to deliver consistently, reinforcing the bond she had built with viewers. She understood that her show was more than entertainment. It was part of people's daily lives, a familiar voice that brought comfort and joy. This responsibility fueled her determination to overcome any on-air difficulty with dignity and composure. Colleagues often described her as calm even when chaos unfolded around her. When equipment malfunctioned or timing shifted, Dinah's steady demeanor reassured everyone on set. She would smoothly transition to conversation, extend a musical introduction, or share a light-hearted remark, buying time for the crew to adjust. These quick decisions were rarely noticeable to viewers, yet they demonstrated her mastery of live broadcasting. Her ability to remain composed under pressure became legendary, influencing other hosts who admired a balance of professionalism and warmth. She showed that leadership on television did not require authority alone. It required empathy, patience, and confidence. As audiences watched her over the years, they witnessed not just a host but a performer evolving in real time. The early nervous energy gave way to seasoned assurance, yet the sincerity that defined her remained unchanged. Her struggles, though often invisible, shaped her approach to hosting and deepened her connection with viewers. Her on-air struggles revealed the humanity behind her success, reminding audiences that even the most polished performers encounter uncertainty. Through dedication, preparation, and authenticity. She turned those challenges into defining elements of her legacy. Decades later, her example continues to resonate, illustrating that true professionalism lies in embracing imperfection and meeting every moment with confidence and warmth, even in the later stages of her career. When Dinah Shore had already secured her place as a beloved television icon, the subtle pressures of live broadcasting never fully disappeared. Each time the studio lights came on, there was still that quiet awareness that anything could happen, and that she would be the one expected to guide the moment forward. Yet by then, she had developed an almost instinctive calm, a quiet confidence built from years of experience. She understood how to let silence breathe without panic, how to gently steer conversations back on course, and how to use humor to dissolve tension before it became noticeable.